What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Maria, and if you're new here, welcome. On this channel we talk about self-growth, the faith, healing, mental health, psychology, anything to help you with your self-growth journey. I really wanted to talk about the soft girl era, right, and what that means, because I've been seeing this trend for I think like about 2 years now on social media, where the girls are living their soft girl era. The girls are living in their luxury apartments and all these things, and it brings me so much joy. It brings me so much joy to see women evolve in that way, especially black women, to see black women live in their luxury apartments and, live in their soft girl era. It just brings me so much peace, but I also am cognizant of the fact that not every woman is dealt those cards. Not every woman has the privilege of living in their soft girl era, because unfortunately some of us are dealt with a reality that we never signed up for, a reality that makes us live in survival mode every single day. So I want to be cognizant of the fact that not every woman is afforded the luxury of living in their soft girl era, of embracing their femininity. Hyper independence, unfortunately, is the enemy of embracing your femininity. And I've had to learn that the hard way. When you're traumatized, when you have lived through a life of complex trauma that just like literally rewires your nervous system, right? Like, you do not know anything else besides living in survival mode. You do not know anything else besides anxiety and rumination and constantly worrying about your future, about your life. Most of us are healing that, right? Like, I recognize that I am trying to heal that. I am trying to learn, okay, like my hyper independence, even though for a certain period of time was my superpower, even though for a certain period of time was the one thing that I liked about myself, I really grew up thinking that it is a flex to be hyper independent. It is a flex to go, without depending on anybody. It is a flex to be able to afford my own this, my own that, to work hard. And that is a flex because that means I work hard for the things I want. I work hard for the things I earn. But it also has made me realize how much anxiety that induces. And now I'm learning, like, especially as a Christian, like once I came back to the church, I had to recognize I cannot thrive in hyper independence if I truly want to have an intimacy with God. Realizing that I'm a daughter of God and realizing that I'm just his little girl, like I'm just a girl, realizing that that is a reality, and being grounded in that reality has really helped me start to embrace my femininity, start to embrace what it means to be soft. And I know that when we hear softness, we automatically think that means you're weak, that means you cannot fight for yourself, that means you cannot defend yourself. And it's like, no, that's not what that means, because I know plenty of women who are soft, who just give off that like feminine energy, but you cannot play with them. You cannot play in their face. They will state those boundaries. They will walk away if they need to. They will leave you at arm's length if they need to. Just because you're living in your feminine era does not mean that you need to let everyone walk all over you, that you need to be a doormat where everyone just like does not respect you. That is not the case. And I've had to learn that from my own journey, and realizing that I can still be strong, but I don't need to fight to be strong. I don't need to be abrasive to be strong. So these are practical tips that I can give someone who's looking to really start being in their soft girl era, to really start embracing their femininity. Number one, I will always say this. If you've been on this channel for long enough, you know that I always say this. You need to start taking your healing journey seriously. I don't know if we can really truly embrace ourselves without truly understanding how our childhood trauma is affecting our present day lifestyles. Your childhood does not stay in your childhood. Your childhood haunts you forever and ever until you realize that there are certain things about your childhood that you need to heal from. Once I started taking my self-love and healing journey seriously, like one time I was in prayer and I just saw like the Lord kind of like wipe, when you're washing your car and that dirt is just being wiped away. That's how it feels like when you're constantly healing yourself. It's like, the scales on your eyes fall away and you're able to realize who you are. You're able to see yourself as you are. You're able to be like, okay, like, I'm not going to accept this anymore. I'm not going to accept people to walk all over me. Those affirmations are really helpful. Positive thinking is really helpful. All these coping skills that you can start to embrace, so that you can start being grounded in who you are. That's the number one thing I'm always going to say, is that as a woman, if you're really trying to embrace your femininity, you have to also embrace your healing journey. Number two, as I said before, not everyone is afforded the luxury of the self-growth era. I am not rich, right? Like, I make enough money to provide for myself, but when all the bills are paid, when everything is paid, the little bit that I have left, I have to really be cognizant of where it's going, how it's being spent. I have to budget and all these things. And so because of that, I cannot be buying 50 products a month. I cannot be restocking up on all these things that the girls are buying, skincare, body care, hair care. There's so much. First of all, social media is wired to make you feel like you're missing out. It is wired to just keep you in this loop of consumerism. And we do need to buy things. Sometimes you just need to buy a new outfit. Sometimes you just need to buy a new perfume to feel good about yourself. But when it comes to the point of going broke so you can match someone's aesthetic, so you can match someone's lifestyle, that is not prudent, and that's not something I'm recommending that you do. Find out what works for you. I personally know myself to know that I love vanilla scented stuff. I love watermelon stuff. I love stuff that like just are fruity but not too sweet, but kind of like in that middle ground, which is why I love vanilla. So because I love vanilla scented stuff, I am going to go looking for things that are cheaper that are vanilla scented. You know what I mean? For example, if I love body care, I'm going to go find things that are at Target or Walgreens that have vanilla in them, and that's just going to make me feel good about myself, and I'm going to go take a shower and I'm going to do my body care and my skincare, knowing that I smell good and I feel good, and that's enough. Like, I don't need to go invest in something that's like $100, and it's like this small because so-and-so influencer said so. You know what I mean? Like, find out what works for you. That has helped me in realizing that this is what I like, and so I'm gonna go find things that are in that category and are also in my budget, and then I can start like tailoring my routine with the products that match me, with the products that work for me and also like work for my lifestyle. The other thing is really investing in things that improve your quality of life. As someone who is trying to really embrace this journey, there are certain things that I'm like, do I really need that? And the answer is yes, I really need that. I think growing up in a household, if you have a history of poverty and growing up in a household where you just didn't have a lot of money, that's my story, right? And so that has really made me so vigilant about finances to the point of like, that has really kind of like affected my trust in God. When money is depleted, I'm anxious. When money is depleted, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, where am I going to get that money from? Like, what's going to happen? I'm anxious, and I don't need to be, because I have never gone without food. I've never gone without water. I've never gone without a roof over my head. God does provide. And so because of that, I'm like cognizant about the fact that, okay, there are certain things that are going to improve my quality of life, even though they might be expensive. So for example, I give this example in my last self-care video. Sometimes you just need someone to come clean your house. Sometimes you just need like to spend that $60 for someone to come clean your house from top to bottom. Or if it's a service like, for example, skincare. My skin has been glowing for a few weeks now, and unfortunately, the girls were right. That expensive skincare, it does work. It does work. I'm telling you, that Korean skincare, it does work. I personally have very sensitive skin. I have eczema. So I have to be vigilant about what I put on my skin. I was like, you know what? I'm going to invest in Korean skincare little by little. So I started with makeup, and then I went to skincare, and then I went to like, there are other products. And unfortunately, the girls were right, because my skin has been eating, okay? Like, my skin is glowing. I don't know if it's because I have these braids in. I don't know what it is, but it's giving natural glowy skin because I've really been investing in my skincare routine. The other thing too is investing in things that are going to make you feel good. Again, quality of life. What are you eating? What are you eating? Because it's not just about what you're putting on your body. What are you eating? I've had to change my entire diet. Eczema has not, like, having eczema is not for the weak. I've had to completely cut out processed sugars. I've had to completely change my diet. I am eating so much fruit now. I am drinking so many smoothies now. I am juicing and drinking watermelon juice and pineapple juice and orange juice from scratch. Like, that has been my routine for the past 2 months, 3 months. And my body, I think right now, is thanking me for it. This glow is not just because of skincare. Yes, skincare has a lot to do with it, but what you're putting in your body is very important. And when it comes to embracing yourself, embracing your femininity, embracing your self-growth era, it starts with you, right? Like, it starts with your routine. It starts with being grounded in who you are as a person, but also being grounded in the fact that, like, I need to take care of myself first. And hyper independence, unfortunately, again, kills that momentum, because when you're hyper independent, you're constantly thinking about you're constantly thinking about survival, not just for yourself, but for other people. And I'm not saying you don't need to be responsible, because being responsible is good. However, when responsibility turns into survival mode, you're constantly panicking, you're constantly vigilant, your cortisol levels will always be up here. And embracing your femininity is understanding that I need to lower my cortisol levels. I need to relax, okay? I need to take deep breaths throughout the day. I need to use my grounding techniques. I need to, like, do things that are going to make me relax and feel good. And for me, that looks like taking PTO when I need to take PTO. Listen, this past week, I've taken 3 days of PTO because I was like, I need to just chill out. And that has really been helpful, like sleeping in and taking things slow. Unfortunately, when I do take PTO, that looks like me editing videos and shooting videos like right now, but I still am like pouring into myself though, you know what I mean? So find routines that are going to help you just like relax. I understand that not everyone has the luxury again to relax, but little things in your day to just like have your me time. So anyways, that softcore era and embracing your femininity, unfortunately the girls were right. Like it does work, and it goes beyond self products. It goes beyond showers and manicures and, you know, doing things that are just gonna like make you look good on the outside. It's really just like understanding, how can I heal my body, heal my nervous system from the inside out. Because you can do all the things on the outside that look good, that make you look good, but if you don't feel good about yourself, about your life, about who you are, if you don't feel grounded, what's the point? Because you're constantly gonna be chasing, right, this image that you want to be, and it's never gonna hit the same, and it's never gonna like satisfy you because you're still not caught up to who you are on the inside. So practical ways: get in that word, okay? Get in that prayer time with God. Understand how your trauma is affecting your spiritual life. Understand how you can embrace your daughterhood, embrace your reality as his little girl. Number 2 is understanding how your healing journey can help you embrace your femininity. Understand how your trauma is affecting your day-to-day life. Go heal. Genuinely. Like, I love you enough to say, go heal. Go heal that trauma. It is not cute to walk around like a ticking time bomb, going off at any point. You know what I mean? Like, it is okay. And I'm not saying that just because you're embracing your femininity that you're gonna let people walk all over you. That's not the case. Number 3, find out what works for you. Find out what products work for you. Find out what you like. Find out what kind of life do I want to build for myself. When that happens, when you realize what you like, what you don't like, what products you like, what products you don't like, what your skin type is, whatever it is, then it is easy to tailor your finances to match what you like and your routines. You know what I mean? Again, just because someone is buying 50 products a month does not mean you need to do the same. Find out what fits in your budget and go do that. Number 4, quality of life, okay? Quality of life, invest in things that you know are gonna improve your quality of life, that you know are gonna like improve your longevity in this lifetime. Eating habits, skincare habits, hair products, like what is gonna help you feel good about yourself and what is gonna help you feel the most you. So anyways, those are the practical ways. And I just want to say that if you're a woman who is single, maybe if you are actively pursuing marriage or are actively dating or are actively like waiting on the man God has for you. I remember when I was in a relationship with a guy and him telling me that one of the things that he found really attractive about me is that I was really feminine. And I was like, that's very interesting because no one had ever told me that. And we had that conversation and I was like, you know, this did not come easy for me. Me embracing my femininity and being soft or whatever it is was not easy. Like, it did not come easy. I've had to work on this. I've had to be intentional about this. And it felt really good hearing him say that. Like, it felt good hearing that from a man, right? From a masculine man, from a Christian man, that me being feminine was attractive to him. So that's the thing, ladies. Like, if you want a masculine man, if you want a man that like is a provider, is a good Christian man, is gonna take care of the family, is gonna like be the priest of the household, they're not looking for another man. They're looking for a woman. And yes, we all have masculine and feminine traits in us, but if you want to be married someday, you have to learn how to embrace your femininity. Because I don't know about you, but for me personally, I don't want to date another woman, right? So I don't want to date another feminine energy when I'm already feminine, right? I need a masculine man just like a masculine man would need a feminine woman. So yeah, for me, that was the other, I think, motivation, is that if I want to get married to a masculine man, I have to be willing to embrace my femininity. I have to be willing to embrace the softness that God gave me naturally. So I don't know if that helps you, but for me, that was really helpful. So anyways, I don't want to talk too long. I just feel like this is just an important discussion. This is just an important conversation for us to have as Black women, especially as women of color. And so, yeah, I am praying that, you know, you are able to embrace yourself as God wants you to, and are able to embrace a lifestyle that, you know, you can work towards and you can support yourself through. It is not always about the external. It starts in here. It starts in here. Who you are in here reflects on the outside. Anyways, I love you guys, and make sure to subscribe. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure to do that. We have a lot of, like, most of the fun is on Instagram. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.